So we're back with another installment of my favourite champions of each class, top 5 favourite champions of each class. Now I do need to give this disclaimer. This is not necessarily who I think is the best. This is just a list of who I personally like to play. And we all have different preferences of who we like to play. So if your favourite champion that you do like to play isn't on here, let me know in the comments who you like to play. Because, again, everyone has a different experience with this game. So obviously people's favourite champions are going to be different. So with that disclaimer out of the way, let's not waste any time and get in. Starting off with some honourable mentions. One thing I do want to give an honourable mention to is Kingpin. Don't really use him a lot as much as I used to. Other characters have, surpassed him in terms of who I like to play. Aegon, I'm probably, he's up there just because of Necropolis. And long form content, because let's be honest, that's the only thing people really ever use him for. And I've still got like 4 paths left in Necropolis. But we'll see how my unit stashes after Banquet event, if a Banquet event this year is any good. Korg, I only like him because, well, the only reason people love Korg is because he's a really, really, really good defender. So there is that. Shang-Chi, I like a lot. I just prefer playing other characters. Nick Fury, I personally see him more as a defender than an attacker. I know he can do good stuff on the offense. I'm just new when it comes to offense. Nick Fury. Stealth Suit Spidey as well. I hope he comes as a 7-star. But moving on to my list. Starting off, coming in number 5. Yes, I do rank these. Is a new character, Patriot, for this year. Why do I like Patriot Brideriser, you ask? He's one, I never see anyone use him. First of all, the reason I like him is because of his design. Blue and silver, beautiful color combination, in my opinion. And obviously the red as well, but it's for blue and silver for me. Also, I personally really like his playstyle. I like how you get the resolve debuffs up by going over a combo of 10, getting up to, is it 7? I think it's 7. And then you can trigger the, with 7 plus, you get the reversal. So, yeah, I personally really like that. It's a unique, was it like tactic or just like attack? It's just unique to Patriot at the moment. Basically you just get 7 resolve debuffs. Hold it heavy, which does rely on the AI to actually play ball. It'll basically knock the. It's kind of like Kate Bishop's thing where you can stun the opponent, but it knocks them down. It's kind of like that, or like Bullseye's Killer Instinct counterattack. It's kind of like that, but it knocks the opponent down, which I really, really like. And obviously you get a Fury buff, which can be quite strong. I just wish this guy was just a little bit better, because the main built in his kit is to counter Photon, which he does very, very well. I have used him a little bit in BGs, and mainly in Alliance Quest I use him because personally I usually bring in champions I just like to play in Alliance Quest, and my Patriot was one of them. I hope this guy gets a little bit of a buff with his rebalancing, because I think he's almost close to being a really, really good champion, but he's just lacking a couple of things. Hopefully one thing they change is that his resolve debuffs can't be purified, because it is really annoying with EQ when they have that thing, when skill attackers get 5 critical hits, they just purify all debuffs on them. And that counts for his resolve debuffs, which is really, really annoying. But yeah, that is Patriot. I really like him. Cool design. I just wish he was a little bit better, and I hope he does get that buff. Moving on to number 4, another new champion introduced this year is Bullseye. Now, not a lot of people why they love Bullseye. It's because he's an annoying defender. I hear you. I really, really do. He's very, very annoying defender. Is he as annoying as he used to be when he first came out? No. I personally think Serpent's more annoying than him now. But I also like him on attack. I do. I like using him in whether that be EQ or I think I'm bringing him to story content for like Act 9. He did put on a solid work on a couple of paths as well. And also, he was a character I wanted to come to the game for a very, very long time. I think my first edition of characters I want to see come to the game when I did a top 10, he was like number 2 and Lizard was number 1. Still waiting for Lizard, but yeah, that is another reason I like this character. I wanted to come to the game for a very, very long time. I like him as an attacker. He's also incredibly annoying as a defender. Regardless of, even though you can get some specific counters now, and now people actually are somewhat good fighting against him now. He's still a solid defender. And again, I love him on attack. Just getting to a special 2, just below a special 3, throwing the killer instinct, getting that fury buff. I think there's something very satisfying about that. I do like those characters where they're very satisfying to play, and everything just flows very nicely. But yeah, that's Bullseye coming in at number 4. Now, number 3, of course, Kate Bishop. I don't know a single person who doesn't like Kate Bishop. She's good for short form fights, medium fights, long fights. She can handle them, especially if they are not immune to cold snap. Because that cold snap debuff is very, very nice. And not really that complicated to play. That's what I thought she was going to be when I saw her deep dive. But no, she is, to be honest, incredibly simple. You just got to wait for that little glint on the special 1 or special 2. And whatever arrow you have will be applied to the defender. And when they stack up, they do complement each other very well. We saw her in Necropolis and all the stuff we could do, and it is a crime. But we could have had a 7-star Kate Bishop, but the majority of the community voted for Shang-Chi instead. We missed out on a really, really good 7-star. Not to like discredit Shang-Chi. I really do like Shang-Chi. But the fact that we missed out on a 7-star Kate Bishop, and I don't think that Kabam, especially after the performance in Necropolis, I don't think we're going to see a 7-star Kate Bishop for a very, very long time. But it is a damn shame. But yeah, I don't really have much to say on Kate Bishop. Very, very good attacker. Defense, well, she can slip you up on defense, but it depends on the nodes and all that. But yeah, and she's got purple as well, black and purple. Another great color scheme. See that a lot with these skills. Some of the designs are just absolutely cool. Now, number 2 is Black Cat. And I was very happy when she was coming as a 7-star because I really did like Black Cat again. Unique sort of playstyle, kind of. If you want to build up to really, really good damage, do you need to do that with her though? Absolutely not. You really, really don't. You just got to make sure you get the sabotage debuff on the opponent, so you can fail their. So basically, thing with Black Cat, if you have an opponent with a lot of abilities, Black Cat's the gal. She really, really is. Because it deals a burst of physical damage every time you fail an ability, which is why she pairs so well with a Black Widow Relic with a beeper debuff, even though that was like bugged for like a month or 2, and I didn't use Black Cat hardly at all when that was going on, because it's just like, I'm missing out on a load of damage here. But yeah, that beeper debuff, it can go, you get it off, and she will deal ability reduction damage, or just damage because you're disabling that beeper. But yeah, she is a lot of fun to play, which is why I have her at 7-star rank 3. She was my third and latest 7-star rank 3 because I do have a catalyst for another 2 rank 3s. I'm just waiting for that champion, to take up. But yeah, she is a lot of fun to play. And yeah, again, she's named it this tier list, just, or not this tier list. These videos just speak for itself. I just like playing them. I've done a couple of videos showing off Black Cat, very quick ones, like Thing. She's really good for Thing. She can do Hulkling very well because she can fail the shapeshift charges. Those are the 2 good ones. And the fact that Black Widow Relic helps out so much with the damage, it makes her a lot better. And don't see her a lot in Battlegrounds and AW. So, which is why a lot of people don't ban her. I remember shocked when she performs as well as she does, for me personally. But yeah, excuse me, that is Black Cat. Now, when I did this video last time, if you did watch that, you probably know who it was going to be, and it hasn't changed. My favourite character in the skill class, and just one of my favourite characters in general, is Valkyrie. I remember when I was actually I remember when she came out, and I was going for the 6-star, and I got her because I was going for Gore originally because I really liked Gore as a character. And just the fact you could do insane special 3 damage. And Valkyrie, I was really disappointed because I knew, she was good, but I knew she needed to get sigged up. Which is why I invested in her. Haven't regretted it. I still use her in Alliance War. I still use her in BGs because I still think she is still a very good character. But why she's so good? Main reason I love her is because she's got a unique way of doing damage, which is basically through hitting the opponent's block. Because when you hit block, every combo that goes over the unit of 10, she gains a pierce buff, and every time you decrease it, she gains a bulwark buff. But we're mainly talking about the pierce here. That pierce, when you get 3 of them, and then from then on, you can get passives, which are a lot stronger, and you throw that special 2 into their block. The opponent's health bar completely just disintegrates. It's so good. She is the best, in my opinion, unstoppable counter of the game. Max Sig, which is definitely what you need, because otherwise it takes three of the pierce buffs. When Valkyrie has 1 pierce buff, she counts unstoppable by it acts as they weren't. It just hits as if they weren't unstoppable. And also very underrated because I know everyone goes on about the unstoppable, but when she has a bulwark buff, she is stun immune, which is also very cool. And if you want to deal a really good amount of damage, final hit of her heavy attack makes all of her pierce buffs and bulwark buffs passive, and they are a lot more potent. Making them more defense. Well, it's because of the intimidate buff, or debuff, I should say. That's put on the attacker, but the special 2 is where it is at. On activation, gain a Fury passive lasting 13 seconds. Granted attack for pierce and bulwark buffs. And then when this Fury is active, the pierce buffs and passives and bulwark passives are paused. So yeah. But I've described Quake. I've described not Quake. I would describe Valkyrie as a more balanced version of Quake, because hitting into the opponent's block does allow her to take a lot more fights. Which is why I don't understand why people understand why people don't use her a lot. She hardly ever gets banned in Battlegrounds for me. which is why she's like an automatic draft for me. Well, depending on the season, but I've never ever taken her out of my deck, apart from like 1 or 2 seasons where having where the hitting the opponent's block isn't ideal. But yeah, that rich get richer meta was, when that first came out, that actually opened everyone's eyes to how good Valkyrie was. And when it came back, it did actually boost her relevance up again. But will we see her as a 7-star? Not too sure. I hope we do. Maybe for like an Omega Days like kind of event. That'd be quite cool to see her. But that's going to be it for this video. Valkyrie is my favourite skill champion. So if you like this video, feel free to like it. Dislike it if you disliked it. And if you like this video, check out some of my other content, like my other content, turn that red subscribe button to grey, and I shall see you in the next one.